Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel Stock Strats. So today I'm going to be talking about pocket pivots, something which I use extensively in my trading. This can prove to be a valuable addition to your trading toolkit. So let's get started and make sure you watch the video till the end. So what is a pocket pivot? Pocket pivot is essentially a unique price volume signature that helps you track institutional accumulation or institutional buying. The defining characteristic is that the volume on a pocket pivot day is greater than the highest down volume day of the last 10 days. So here in this illustration, a pocket pivot day is highlighted by a blue triangle just below the candle. So in each of these cases, you'll find that the volume here, is greater than any of the red volume days in a 10-day period, right? So it's fairly easy to identify in that sense. Right. So before we move on, let us address a fundamental question on what is institutional accumulation and why should it interest you? If any stock has to make a large move over an extended period of time, then there needs to be a significant buying force behind that stock. So here's a quote from William O'Neill. He says that it takes big demand to move supply up, and the largest source of demand for stocks is by far the institutional buyer. So by institutions, we are essentially referring to the large hedge funds, mutual funds, banks, endowments, etc. Who've got a large pool of money at their disposal. So these guys are essentially the smart money, which moves the market. So as retail investors, you and I stand to gain if we can align our buying in the direction of the smart money. So here's an example of smart money at play. We're looking at Balaji Amines, which is a company that operates in the specialty chemical space. So over the last 12 months, I believe the stock has given returns of over 400%. Uh, in the last year or so, the stock has been reporting strong numbers quarter on quarter. And when it comes to the sales growth or the EPS growth, the numbers are indeed very healthy. Uh, what you would notice here is in September 20, there were 22 different funds that were invested in this particular stock. And in December 2020, this number went up to 28. In March 21, this saw a further rise to 39. And in June 21, we saw that there were about 70 different funds that were invested here. So this is very clearly visible, right? So you can see clear footprints of this institutional buying. And this stock is littered with a lot of pocket pivot days. So you might also notice that this pocket pivot days are spread across an extended period of time. It is because it takes time for the institutes to actually accumulate these positions, right? And if you as a retail investor are looking to enter into a true market leader, which has this multi-bagger potential, then you'll find that you'll always have enough opportunities to enter the stock at the right times. So let us see how can we use pocket pivots to time and identify the specific entry points. A pocket pivot gives you an actionable buy point. But what's critical here is the context. It's not so much about what happens, but when and where it happens. A pocket pivot is only relevant if it occurs within a consolidation or during an established uptrend. There are two different types of pocket pivots. The first one is something that we call as the base pocket pivot. This essentially gives an early mover advantage. It helps you build early positions within the base of a potential leading stock before it actually does a breakout. And then we have something called as a continuation pocket pivot. This helps you, time low risk entries and add to your winning positions and basically pyramid them. Let's look at both of these in detail. So, base pocket pivot entry gives you an early mover advantage. It helps you start building positions in a leading stock within the base in anticipation of an upcoming breakout. So, typically, breakout system traders buy only after breakout actually takes place. And the rationale behind this is you obviously don't know how long the stock is going to base for, right? But Dr. Christian Casher and Gail Morales, who are originally credited with defining and introducing this concept of pocket pivots, found out that if you're able to, using price and volume action, able to determine a high probability entry point, then this gives you a significant advantage. So if you're able to, get a pilot position before the breakout actually happens, then you're in a position where you can manage the risk reward equation a little better. So let's say that you take a pilot position in anticipation of a breakout. Once a pocket pivot day or a series of pocket pivot days occurs on the right side of the base. And now on the actual breakout, you add to your position. So in this scenario, your average cost would be less. And if the breakout works, you find that you stand to gain more, and in scenarios where the breakout fails, you would see that you would lose less, just because of the fact that you have lower average costs. We've also seen that this typically works better when the pocket pivots occur in the right side of the base, where we see that the price action has started to get relatively tight and the volumes begins to dry up. Let us look at a few examples of this. Right. So first up, we have IEX. So this stock is in a long-term uptrend, and recently it has made a really nice up move. You see that after a move up, the stock starts forming a base. In the left-hand side of the base, the price action is a little choppy, and the stock is volatile. You find that the stock takes support at the 50-day SMA, and then after that it starts tightening. So it's really encouraging and constructive price behavior. The volumes are again drying up, and then on this day here you have the first pocket pivot, and immediately the next day you have some follow-up buying that comes. You find that before the breakout actually takes place, you have three pocket pivots day that have occurred, right? So traditionally, if you're trading the breakout style, so this is the level at which you would have started buying. But this system now has given you an edge where you started to take positions or pilot positions much before a breakout has taken place. After the breakout, there was follow-up buying, and the stock really did move well. The next example is Balaji Amines. So this is another stock which is in an uptrend. So after a move up, this starts creating a base. The volumes start drying up. Uh, towards the bottom of the base, when it's carving at bottom, you see that the price action is really getting tighter and tighter. The volume is really drying up. And towards the right hand side of the base, you now see pocket pivots, right? And immediately the day after the results were announced, the earnings were announced, there was a gap up, and the stock has not looked back ever since and has kept going. This is an interesting example, and one key takeaway here is, for leading stocks, you might want to watch them a few days before their earnings, and if you see, the price behavior on these lines, and you see some pocket pivots, then it might be a good idea to start building some pilot positions. So next, we have an example from the crypto space. This was sometime around September 2020. Ethereum started forming a really nice base, a shallow base, and you can see that towards the right hand side of the base, there is clear footprints of institutional buying. You could have looked to add some initial pilot positions around this level, and then maybe buy more at this breakout level. So after this breakout, there was a quick retest that happened, and then Ethereum has now moved to new highs. Continuation pocket pivots helps you find entries to pyramid your winning positions. The rationale behind this is explained by this Mark Minervini quote. He says that stocks under strong institutional accumulation almost always find support during the first few pullbacks over the course of several days to a couple of weeks after emerging from a sound structure. So what we're doing here is we are watching closely for a pullback to the 10-day or the 50-day moving average, and we are seeing how the stock reacts, around these levels. And if we see that the institutions are stepping in and are buying there, then we would like to, add to our positions. So let us look at a couple of examples. So this stock, you can see that it's made an up move. It has then put in a base. Again, on the right side of the base, you find that there are a few pocket pivots, which would have given you an early entry. The stock then does a breakout and then moves higher. Now, if you'd like to add to this position, you want to make sure that you do it at an optimal point where the risk reward is in your favor. You don't want to be jumping on once the stock has started to move and it's already extended. Here you see that there is a continuation pocket pivot that occurs at the 10-day EMA, and this is where you can potentially add to your position. Moving on to the next example, we have Global Spirits. So after a multi-month pace, you can see that the stock gave a breakout here sometime in June. It was accompanied with heavy volumes, and after the breakout, it made a sharp up move. And I can't really add to my position, during this up move because the stock appears to be extended, and I have to wait for a right entry point. I wait patiently till the stock kind of does a pullback to the 10-day EMA, and I see that there is a continuation pocket pivot here. I then add to my position here, uh, and then let's say there is another pocket pivot here. I can potentially look to add to my position here as well. But bear in mind that the stock is now looking a little extended, so you might want to be a bit careful. So that's pretty much it for today's video on pocket pivots. I really hope you liked the video. Do consider hitting the like button in case you found the video useful. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Stock Strats. See you soon. Bye bye.